I do want to just express this hope that you'll start to recognize this tension, whatever it might look like in your life, and that doing so will give you the strength that you need to carry that tension, and hopefully to see it through to resolution. Sometimes when you just realize it's there, you recognize it for what it is, you put a name on it. It's like, hey, that's tension. There's conflict in my story, and that can give you that strength that you need. Because there are so many ways to drop out of the story, to drop out of the story of your own life. People cheat on their spouses, they abuse alcohol or other substances. There's so many ways to binge. You can binge eat, binge shop, binge watching Netflix. There's so many ways to drop out of your story, to check out, and to just go numb. And I don't want that for you. And I'm getting a little bit emotional thinking and talking about this, and I didn't plan for that. But it's real. It's real for you. It's real for me. We all feel the tension in our stories, right? And I don't want you to drop out of the story of your life. People do that every day. God forbid, people end their lives when the tension gets to be too much. They don't realize what's happening. And they're like, it's all conflict. I can't deal with this. I don't want it, right? We need hope. We need to recognize that we're living stories, and that our stories are worth it, and that they're good. At the end of the day, that our stories are good. That your story is good. So yeah, I just want to encourage you, I guess, and just bless you to recognize that tension. And if you can do something about that tension, if you can resolve the conflict. We have our biblical Mussar course, right? We talk about having those difficult conversations that can help you to make things better in those relationships, get through the conflict. And if you can do that, great, do that, right? Don't enjoy the conflict, don't sit in the tension if you can. But there are times when we're stuck in the middle of it, and we can't just make it go away. We just have to keep living our lives, and all we can do is recognize that it's there and feel it. And so if that's you, I want to bless you to not just recognize the tension, but to outlast it. Make it through the tension, make it through the conflict, and all the way to the point where you get resolution. Really, I just want to bless you to make it through to that moment of resolution, because it's going to be worth it. You have a good story, and keep living your story.